What happens when a dream of helping your family becomes a living nightmare? This is the story of Ifeoma. No, sir. Please, no. Please don't do this to me. My body can't be messed with like this. Don't tell me you don't know that these dogs have feelings like people said, Mr. Khalid. You just need to make them happy, and that means you will lie with them. Ifeoma could not believe what she was hearing. The words kept repeating in her head, making her stomach feel sick and tight. She looked at Mr. Khalid, hoping she heard him wrong, hoping this was some bad joke. But his face was calm, his mouth curved into a small smile, like he had just told her to clean the floor or cook food. Her mouth felt dry, her hands gripped the sides of her wrapper, her fingers shook. The air in the room felt heavy, pressing down on her chest. The bright golden light above made everything look beautiful, too beautiful for the terrible thing happening to her. The room was very clean. White tiles shined under the big light hanging from the ceiling. The smell of expensive perfume filled the air, mixing with another smell, the animal smell from the dogs lying nearby. The dogs, 4 of them, big, well-fed, their fur smooth and shining under the light. They lay on soft cushions, their tails moving slowly. One lifted its head and looked at Ifeoma. It seemed curious but calm. Another one yawned, stretching its long legs before lying back down. They didn't know, they didn't understand, but Ifeoma did. Her heart beat loudly in her ears. Her breathing came in short, uneven gasps. This is not real. This cannot be real. But it was. She wanted to run. Her legs were telling her to move, but she couldn't. She sat frozen on the wooden stool near the door. Her body was stiff with fear. The room suddenly felt too bright, too open, like the walls were made of glass and the whole world was watching. She turned back to Mr. Khalid. Sir, I can't. His smile didn't disappear. You can, and you will do it. My dog will enjoy your thick body. Ifeoma felt her stomach twist. She shook her head, gripping her wrapper tighter, as if it could keep her safe from reality. Please, sir, I came here to work as a housemaid, not for this. His face changed. The lightness in his voice vanished. You think you have a choice? At that moment, Ifeoma understood something. Her whole life had been about surviving. She had walked under the hot sun, carrying heavy loads just to feed her mother and daughter. She had left home believing she was making a sacrifice for a better future. But this was beyond anything she had ever done or imagined. The dogs moved in their beds. One of them sniffed the air. She swallowed hard. Her hands were now wet with sweat. She could beg, she could cry, but she already knew it wouldn't change anything. So she did the only thing she could. She nodded slowly, lowering her eyes. Give me 2 days, sir. Mr. Khalid raised an eyebrow. 2 days for what? Ifeoma forced herself to breathe. She steadied her voice. I just need to prepare myself. It is not easy. He looked at her for a moment, then he let out a small laugh. Fine, 2 days, but after that you do what I say, or I will be forced to tear your private part for my dogs to enjoy. Ifeoma let out a loud cry. Oh my God, this is not what I want.
So Mr. Khalid turned and walked to the door. He opened it with ease. Rest, think, but don't forget, this is not a request. It is a must. You must do it. Then he called his guards to keep an eye on her, and he left. Ifeoma continued her daily activities, but her heart skipped anytime she saw the dogs. God, I can't do this. Please save me from the hands of these dogs. Save me from the hand of Mr. Khalid, she would whisper to herself. After 2 days, Mr. Khalid returned. He took one of the giant dogs to the bedroom. Ifeoma, he called, it's time. Undress yourself. Let my dog enjoy your thick body. Sleep well tonight. She had to do something fast, so she quickly covered herself with a thick blanket, crying, Yes, I'm very sick. I'm on my period and it's very painful. How long will it last? 2 weeks, she answered quickly. No way, that's not possible. Mine takes 2 weeks, she answered. He didn't believe her, but he waved his hand. As soon as he left, Ifeoma started thinking about her daughter and her mother. She was a young mother who lived in a small village. She had a little daughter, Chidima, and an old mother who was very sick. Every morning, she woke up before the sun came out. She would step outside into the cool morning air. She sold food just to feed her family. Her home was very simple, made of mud bricks with a thin roof that shook when the wind blew hard. Inside, her mother lay on a thin mat, coughing softly. Her body was weak from sickness. Ifeoma would sit beside her, holding her hand, whispering words of comfort, but she knew that love alone could not buy her mother's medicine. Chidima was just 7 years old. She would come running to her mother, full of life and energy. Mama, I'm hungry, she would say, rubbing her small stomach. Ifeoma would smile and give her the leftovers, but it was never enough. She worked hard every day, but no matter how much she worked, it was never enough. Medicine was expensive, school fees were high, food was costly, so they depended on the food she was selling. At night, she would sit outside staring at the moon. She could hear distant sounds of laughter from other houses, families with full bellies, children who would go to school the next day without worry. She wanted that life for her daughter, Chidima. Then she heard about jobs in Saudi Arabia. Women from the village had gone there before. They sent money home, they built new houses, they gave their families a better life. It is good work, they said. You clean, you cook, and they pay you very well. Ifeoma thought about it for days. She lay awake at night staring at the wooden ceiling, listening to her mother's soft breathing. Could she really leave? Could she leave Chidima behind? Will my old mother be able to take care of my daughter? But what choice did she have? One evening, she sat beside her mother and spoke softly. Mama, I want to go to Saudi Arabia for work. Her mother's tired eyes opened, searching Ifeoma's face. It will not be easy, she whispered. Ifeoma nodded. I know, Mama. Her mother sighed, reaching out to hold her hand. Her fingers were thin and weak. If you must go, my child, go. But promise me one thing, you must be very careful. Ifeoma swallowed hard, forcing a small smile. I will, Mama, I promise. That night, after putting Chidima to bed, she sat in the quiet darkness, listening to the wind outside. She had made her decision. She would go. For Chidima, for her mother, for the money, no matter what waited for her on the other side. Ifeoma was very happy to travel to a new place. Her journey started with a long, bumpy bus ride from her village to town, where she would board the plane. She pressed her forehead against the window, watching the dry fields and mud houses disappear behind her. She felt both nervous and hopeful. She held her small bag tightly, smiling. She kept repeating in her mind, this is for Mama, this is for Chidima, this is for her future. To be continued.